Oops, accidentally triggered the cutscene. Oh, you there. You're that fantastic trainer who helped me in Petalburg Woods. Help me. I was robbed by Team Magma. I have to get the Devon parts back. If I don't, I'm going to be in serious trouble. Hello, Internet, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. In the last episode, we defeated our first gym leader, Roxanne, in order to earn the Stone Badge, and this time, we're going to be helping this guy because he lost his Devon goods again. I think that shady character took off toward the tunnel over there. But that'll be the next time I record. Ah, what the hell, we'll do it now. Let's continue along, whatever. Route 116. We could go back to Rustboro City. Who would have thought? There's a potion here to grab. And other than that, this is going to be a pretty long, straight route with a bunch of trainers to fight and Pokemon to catch. So let's go over everything you can encounter here in a second when I have the timer up, because I wasn't necessarily expecting to be recording this video yet, and things just sort of happened that way. Here's the wild Pokemon.
Whismur certainly exists. Toss echoed voice on it and pray. At level 20, it will become a lot more usable, but unfortunately, I don't think Whismur ever really reaches a point where it's on par with the rest of the Pokemon you could use at any given time. It's okay, but, well, let's just say I use this on every team I ever made in Pokemon Ruby as a kid, and there's probably a reason I never got past the 3rd gym in Pokemon Ruby as a kid, other than being stupid. Nincada sucks. Switch train it or leave it in the back with the experience share turned on until it evolves. But make sure you have a free space in your party and an extra Pokeball when it does. Ninjask is extremely fast and has speed boost as an ability, on top of getting access to moves to boost its attack like Swords Dance or Hone Claws through TM and Baton Pass at level 35. Either use it to set up for another Pokemon on your team, or set itself up for a sweep using Bug Bite, an Egg move, or Aerial Ace. The worst thing to say about Ninjask is that his level up moveset is extremely underwhelming and it doesn't get X-Scissor until level 47. Also, Speed Boost is obviously the better ability. One boss in the entire game uses Reflector Light Screen, so it's not worth building a Pokemon to get around it. Shedinja appears in your party if your Nincada evolves while you have an empty space in your party and a regular Pokeball in your bag. The main draw with Shedinja is that while it only has 1 hit point for its entire life, Wonder Guard makes it so it can only be hit by Fire, Flying, Dark Rock, and Ghost type moves. None of these are particularly common types aside from Flying, meaning in many battles Shedinja can just straight up sit there and be impossible to hit. It also learns Protect in the instance that you know an opponent can hit it, and at level 21 it learns Shadow Sneak, a Ghost type variant of Quick Attack that always moves first. Shedinja's not particularly good at anything, but the fact that it can survive in the vast majority of situations just means that doesn't matter. Use Shadow Sneak, X-Scissor, Shadow Claw, or any other moves that it learns through TM, and it will be one of the go-to members of your team. The only reason I chose not to use it on my team is because it genuinely makes the game too easy. Skitty is pretty bad. It can get Fake Out through a move relearner later on, but that's about all it's got going for it. Its stats are bad, so while it does have a normal type's move pool, there isn't much you can do with it. Basically, do the same thing with it as Whismur. Throw Echoed Voice on it and pray. Remember Jigglypuff? This is kind of an even worse version of them. We can technically get a Moonstone now through Super Training, but I'll wait to talk about Delcatty until we actually find one outside of that.
Alright, Puff gained a level fighting this trainer. I haven't actually made basically any significant progress going down this route whatsoever because I've been busy fighting the trainers. So, that's how that happens sometimes, I guess. This guy just has a Silcoon left, so I will cut ahead to the end of this battle, and I'm gonna let Sleepy just eat it alive. Sleepy easily took that thing out. She's great. She'll be evolving soon. I lost! I thought I had you! Yeah, I did replace Makuhita with Sleepy, so that's just how it happened. Yeah, so I accidentally waltzed into the cutscene with that scientist while I was trying to find a good spot to save the game from, like, to end the recording session because I'm still sick. But, just didn't work out that way because I had to give the intro and then I just, like, oh, whatever. Meryl! This is a Pokemon we'd already be able to have by now if we were playing Pokemon Emerald. That is one thing people don't like about this game, is that, like, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire undoubtedly refuse to take things from Pokemon Emerald that they should. I think there's some things that are meant to be left in the past, and I'll talk about that when we get to it, but I think updated encounter lists and stuff from Pokemon Emerald, at least, you know, version exclusives notwithstanding, should have been included, because Meryl's not a version exclusive, and there's no reason for them not to give it to you before Gym 1. Especially considering they already give you multiple water and grass types in both versions anyway. It's not like you're missing out, it's just another option that people would like to have. There's people that like Meryl. I have to assume so, at least. I hear a Skitty. Maybe I should have the Dex Nav on. What direction is it? I mean, it's not over here, so I know what direction it's in. I guess it's too far away. But, yeah. This guy. This is another guy. He could be a double battle in Pokemon Emerald because there's another youngster at the end of this route for him to team up with. I say could be because you can also challenge them individually, but, you know. I think this game deserves more double battles. It's the game that introduced the format, and the format is so important to Pokemon to this day, and, like, I don't know. I think the region where double battles originate deserves to have more double battles, but then I also felt the exact same way about rotation battles and triple battles, and I'm pretty sure Unova got like 2 or 3 of each, and then Kalos got 1 of each, and Hoenn, I don't think gets any of either, at least not for the foreseeable future. And then Kalos also introduced inverse battles, and those exist, I guess, barely. Grr, what's going on? I was digging the tunnel without any tools when some goon ordered me out. That tunnel's filled with Pokemon that react badly to loud noises. They could cause an uproar. That's why we stopped using heavy equipment for tunneling. I'm worried that that goon will do something stupid and startle the Pokemon into an uproar. Yeah, so they stopped digging the tunnel because the Pokemon were being disturbed by it. I really like that bit of world building. Now that we have Cut on Zigzagoon, and we have the Stone Badge, we can use it to cut down these trees to get access to further into this route. So, yeah, we have a little bit of a maze here where we need to fight a bunch of kids and get a bunch of items. It's Jerry. It's Jerry. Oh, it survived. I have been noticing that Puff has not really been knocking anything out when only hitting 2 times with Bullet Seed, which I guess isn't all that surprising, but I was sort of hoping the same type attack bonus would be doing a little heavier lifting there, but I guess not. That's okay, though. She's learning Headbutt, which is good in place to tackle. I'll take that any day. It's pretty good. All right. I'm pretty sure Puff and Manuka are up to the same level now, so I'm going to switch Manuka to the front of the party. Because he's getting pretty close to evolving, and that's pretty exciting. You can also skip the trainer battles in this maze by using Cut, but again, you know, we've run through this before. I don't really skip trainer battles. I enjoy doing them. So I'm going to continue to do so. School Kid Karen. Holy shit. Review Starlight? Also, before anyone says anything, I know that's not how her name is pronounced in Review Starlight. I repeat, I know that is not how her name is pronounced. This girl has a Whismur. It's our first time seeing that. Bye, Whismur. Whismur is a Pokemon that I really, really like, and I tried to use it on a team basically every time I ever played Pokemon Ruby as a kid, but, like, it's just so... I hate calling Pokemon bad because I genuinely think every Pokemon can be used in single player. Here's an Ether. Same thing as a Leppa Berry. It restores 10 PP to a single move. Chesto Berries, okay. We have 2 new spots, 2 Plant Berries now. That's nice. I will go ahead and do that in a moment. Just gonna plant more Leppa Berries. You can never have enough of them. I mean, you definitely can't have enough of them because I think I have enough that I'm set for life, but you know what I mean. This is a game where PP restoration items are more useful than they normally would be. So, the more the merrier. That's what I'm saying. Alright. That should be everything. I'm probably missing some hidden items, but I don't have anything notable hidden in my... Yes, I do. I'm going to cut this tree because this area is suspicious and it definitely looks like there is a hidden item here. Super potion. Nice. My notes said there was something near Last Janus. I don't know who that is, but I found a hidden item somewhere, so hopefully that's the one. Alright. Actually going to the end of the route now. Before we speak to him, there's an item up here, and also these little holes in the wall. There's something fishy about the spot. Maybe with the right Pokemon move. Well, we don't have the right Pokemon move, do we? X special attack here. It's pretty good. Pretty nice to have. Can just barely see there's some grass out of the corner of the screen over there. But we can't actually go there yet. Oh, what am I to do? We were just out on our walk, Peeko and I, when we were attacked by an odd thug. And then the scoundrel made off with my darling Peeko. Where are you? Peeko! Well, it's one thing to steal from some scientist who doesn't know how to run, but to steal Peeko from Mr. Briney is a crime against nature itself. The only Pokemon that can appear in Rust Turf Tunnel is Whismur, so I'm just gonna catch this one and then call it a day. And by call it a day, I mean call it a day as far as catching Whismur goes. Whismur, the Whisper Pokemon. Normally, Whismur's voice is very quiet. It is barely audible even if one is paying close attention. However, if this Pokemon senses danger, it starts crying at an ear-splitting volume. Anyway, this is a Pokeball, to make up for the one I used on that Whismur, I guess. Look at the bottom screen. That is not the colors of this cave. I think it is in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, but they changed it to be green and emerald and then retained it in this remake, so... I don't know why they used that look for Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, even... Like, that's not even this cave. Like, there's no entrance in this cave that goes upwards. I don't know what they were cooking there, but it was something wrong. What, are you coming? Come and get some, then. Any day, man. Grr, kill all it all! So if you couldn't tell, all the grunts from the version exclusivity, like the different teams, have the same dialogue, so... This hostage Pokemon turned out to be worthless. I don't think I made a getaway into this tunnel to nowhere. And you, now you're here to battle me, really? Yeah. I don't know what else I'd be doing here, man. You could also just give back the Pokemon and the thing without a battle, because you're just going to have the same level 9 Poochyena, and it's going to go down the exact same as it did last time, but... Whatever, man. Oh, level 13 now. Never mind, I underestimated you. I guess I have no choice but to go all out against it. With my 2 level 15 team members and my level 17 Poochyena in the back, just to show that I'm even better at training Poochyena than you. There we go. Absolutely dunking on this man's life. Ooh, nice. Level 16 for Manuka. That's exciting. Is this the end of my evil deeds? Manuka is evolving. But hold on just a second. So I could have Manuka evolve now, or I could wait 5 levels for her to learn, to learn Giga Drain. That was my original plan, because Giga Drain is a pretty strong special grass type move. But honestly, with how bad his special attack IVs are, plus a minus special attack nature, I'm gonna consult the council.
The council has spoken.
Manuka stopped evolving. At level 21, Manuka will learn Giga Drain. Grovyle can't learn that, so we're going to be waiting until then. This is plain not right. The boss told me this would be a slick and easy job to pull. All I had to do was steal some parts from Devon. You want him that badly? You want him back that badly? Then take him. Devon parts. Thanks, man. That's so nice. I have like such a nice, like genuine smile on my face because of that. Thanks. Peeko! Am I glad to see you're safe. My Peeko owes her life and freedom to you, lass. They call me Mr. Briney, and you are. Oh, I'm becoming... I said lass, and now it's happening to me. Ah, so it's Aura, is it now? Then I sincerely thank you, Aura. If there's ever a thing I can do to help you in turn, don't you hesitate to tell me. If I'm to be found, it will always be at my cottage by the sea near Petalburg Woods. This little adventure has deterred me from ever taking a trip out here again. Come, Peeko. High time we're underway to home. All right. Nice. We're going to head back and return those parts now. Hello. Grrrr! The goofy goon hightailed it out of the tunnel. I can go back to digging. Tunneler's rest house. You can talk to these people now. To get to Verdanturf without using this tunnel, you'd have to cross the sea to Dewford, sail on to Slateport, and then travel through Mauville. That's a lot. That Rustturf tunnel there. At first, we had a huge crew working on boring through the rock with the latest machinery, but we had to stop. Turns out we would have had a negative effect on wild Pokémon in the area. So we're left lazing around here doing nothing. Cool. There's a man who dug his way to Verdanturf all by his lonesome. He was desperate to get through. He says that if you dig little by little without using machines, you won't disturb Pokémon and you'll avoid harming the natural environment. They're just a bunch of guys with hearts of gold. They don't want to hurt the Whismur by digging constantly. It's kind of nice. I know I've heard somewhere at least that like a lot of people really like Whismur as like autistic people who have like audio sensory issues, and I do, but that's not really the reason I like Whismur necessarily, because I didn't have a full grasp on what it meant to be that way as a kid. But I really do appreciate people like appreciating Whismur as an allegory for that, because I don't think it was the intention, but I just really appreciate people having reasons like that for having the favorite Pokemon that they do. Anyway, you can see that the scientist is there now. And I don't think our Pokemon are meaningfully hurt, so let's go. Oh, how did it go? Did you get my Devon parts? You did. You got them back. You really are a great trainer. I know. As my thanks, I'll give you a Great Ball. I don't know why my voice is this now. It just evolved into this. I'm Owen Wilson. Wow. In the original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, this would be a second Great Ball, but because he doesn't give you the experience share in those games. Oh yes. Young lady, please come with me. Okay. Oh great, we're going into the capitalism building. This is the top floor of the Devon Corporation. Our president's office is on this floor. I can't tell you how grateful I am for what you've done for our company. Could you wait here for just a moment? Okay. Thanks, Owen Wilson. Our president would like to have a word with you. Please come with me. Okay. Please, go ahead. Hi, Mr. President. I'm Mr. Stone, the president of the Devon Corporation. I heard just now how we have quite a bit to thank you for. So, you helped out my staff not just once but twice. There's a favor I'd like to ask of a reliable trainer like you. Now, I want you to know that I'm a president you can trust. There is no such goddamn thing. I'd never be so mean as to ask a favor for nothing in return. Here, please give me your Pokénav Plus for a moment. Mr. Stone updated your Pokénav Plus. You can now use the BuzzNav function on your Pokénav Plus. The function that I just added to your PokéNav Plus is called BuzzNav. It is an indispensable tool for any trainer who is traveling out in the world. Use it, and you'll be able to get the latest news from around the region and from your own friends anytime and any place. Now, let me get to the important issue of what it is I need you to do. I want to ask you to deliver this letter to a man named Steven. You should find him in Dewford. You'll have to cross the sea to reach Dewford, of course. I'll ask Mr. Briney, the old sailor who lives in that hut on Route 104, to help you with the crossing. Go find him, and he should agree to help you. I'm counting on you, young lady. If you are ever unsure of what to do, just come and talk with me again. What do I do? Deliver that letter to Stephen in Dewford Town for me. You'll have to cross the sea to reach Dewford, and I'll ask Mr. Briney to help with the crossing. Go find him, and I'm counting on you. Okay, thanks. Mr. Briney is an old and dear friend of Mr. Stone's. The two of them, along with one other friend, used to travel all the corners of the world together in their youth. Cool, okay, so there's actually Mr. Stone lore. He does have a lot of cool stones, but unfortunately he doesn't have, like, plates that tell us what any of them are. But they are all very cool, and, hold on. Okay, I was thinking maybe I'd be able to tell if I look closer at the DS screen, but nope, I can't tell what those are either. They're not clever references to other Pokemon things, probably, maybe. Although they almost definitely probably are. This game has pretty good attention to detail. Hello. Wow, that's a PokéNav Plus. It's a navigation system for connecting people, Pokemon, in the world. That was the idea of our president, and I made it a reality. Would you like me to describe its features in detail? No, I think you'll find out just by trying the PokéNav Plus for yourself. I was gonna say no anyway. Thanks, man. I'm developing new kinds of Pokeballs, but I haven't made much headway. That's okay. You all have the same voice, just in different pitches. I am researching Pokemon fossils here. If you have a fossil, bring it to me. Okay. That voice is reminding me of something and I don't know what, and it's gonna drive me insane. We were developing a device for talking to Pokemon, but we haven't had much success. Don't worry, I'm sure somebody in Ore will get to it. I'm trying to develop a device that visually reproduces the dreams of Pokemon, and I've heard that my rival, who lives far away, is doing the same research. I can't lose this race. Sorry, but you already did. He did not mention a rival in the original Ruby and Sapphire. That is a direct reference to Professor Fennel in Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2, and the Pokemon Dream World, which is long since shut down. Nice reference, though. Oh, hi. Hey, Aura. How's your Pokedex? Completed any entries yet? Mine pretty much rules. Cool. I went on a Pokemon catching frenzy in Petalburg Woods until I ran out of Pokeballs. And I bet I did more than you in Petalburg Woods, Brendan. Oh yeah, I passed by Mr. Briney in Petalburg Woods. I bet he was on his way home to his cottage on Route 104. I guess you wouldn't know since you just moved here and all, but they say that old guy used to be an amazing sailor. I talk to people, Brendan. Thanks for nothing, man. Hey, did you know you're an idiot? Yeah, I did, thanks. Okay, the BuzzNav is an app that presents fun and informative news. Welcome to BuzzNav. BuzzNav, bringing you the latest buzz from around the Hoenn region. With Street Pass, you can swap news with other players. Would you like to activate Street Pass for this game? I sure would. If you activate Street Pass, your messages and secret bases will be sent to others, and you will receive messages and secret bases from other players as well. Would you still like to continue? Yes. You have activated Street Pass. Street Pass will remain active when this software is closed. You can view news from around the world if you connect to the internet through the PSS, which is found in the PlayNav application. Unfortunately, not a thing that exists anymore. This is an HNN special report. The Peeko napping incident that became a top headline not long ago has been resolved, thanks to the brave actions of one young trainer. Peeko's trainer, a Mr. Briney, age 72, responded to inquiries that the trainer in question is a real catch, saying that he expects the precocious do-gooder to become a big hit in the future. I'm sure we at HNN will be keeping our eyes out for this young hero's future. Yeah, there's all sorts of shows on the bottom screen here, and we'll be going over them, but the main use for this is that, well, okay, let me start over. The BuzzNav is an app that presents fun and informative news. By gathering info from Street Pass, it can also broadcast programs about other players' activities, and since this is the first Street Pass related thing in this Let's Play, this is where I want to tell you how you can be a part of this Let's Play. Every single day for the duration of this Let's Play, I will be using the homebrew application known as NetPass. This is a homebrew application that allows you to virtually Street Pass with people over the internet across the world. I'm not going to be going into too much detail on how to obtain custom firmware and homebrew on your 3DS. I don't really want to risk Nintendo murdering me in my sleep, although they might just because I'm showing the logo for NetPass here, but, you know. Just know it's extremely easy, low risk if you follow the instructions closely, and worthwhile. You can do so much with a modded 3DS. If you want to go through with it, just go to 3ds.hacks.guide. NetPass is a homebrew application created by a pretty large team led by Sorunome, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that you can download using Universal Downloader, which is another homebrew application. Universal Updater is what it's called, not Downloader, but whatever. I was writing my notes without looking at it, apparently. Using it, you select a destination, and it will automatically have you receive Street Pass tags from people who choose the same location over the next 10 hours. You don't need to leave the app open or even leave your 3DS on. It will just automatically collect tags over the next 10 hours and automatically give them all to you the next time you open the app. In a world where Street Pass is basically non-existent, tragically, and I can't afford to go to conventions, this is basically the best way I can think of to allow this to work. Trust me, I do still carry my 3DS on me from time to time. I'd love to Street Pass in person, but nobody else is looking to Street Pass in person anymore, and I don't see that changing. If you'd like to be Street Passed in this Let's Play and potentially have your goings-on showcased on the BuzzNav, or have a thing redacted because we haven't covered it in a video yet, explored if I happen across it during the adventure, I will be opening NetPass every day. I will post in a dedicated channel on the Winternet Discord server to tell when and which location I am selecting within NetPass. There will also be a dedicated role to be pinged for this for any who want it. I will also be posting on my Bluesky account about this every day. I hope you'll like this idea. I want this Let's Play to feel like something worth playing along with, and I think this is going to be a big part of that. Anyway, other than that, there's not much to talk about regarding the BuzzNav. There are a ton of shows on here, most of which have something to do with Street Pass, but I don't think it's too worth talking about aside from that. I will be keeping it on the touchscreen when I don't need it for anything else at any given time, though, so you can read it and get distracted and not hear the words I'm saying and then need to rewind to hear my sentences so you can pad my watch time. Why are they talking about me? Aura's sneaky steps were beautiful and light. I think it only took 10 seconds to reach that Pokemon. Oh, they're talking about my Shroomish hunt right now. That one special level 6 Shroomish. I know the one. Probably. Maybe. That's all for today's stories of new encounters. Okay, cool. Anyway, we're going to head to the Pokemart now. If I can not bang into everything. Even I'm getting distracted by the BuzzNav. That's going to take some getting used to. Alright. The Pokemart now sells Great Balls, which are the same as Pokeballs, except they have a 1.5 times catch rate modifier. Super Potions, which restore 50 HP. And Paralyze Heals, Awakenings, Burn Heals, Ice Heals. Those do what they sound like. And Repels, which prevent wild Pokemon from attacking for 100 steps, and honestly, these are a godsend. But I mean, these aren't the most useful variant of them, but still, I'm going to be taking a lot of them. Because especially for hunting Pokemon using the Dex Nav, these are really good to avoid breaking chains. I really like it. Alright. Anyway, we're going to head back south to Petalburg City now. Ooh, but first, we have some rematches available. Okay, this is the first time. Maybe this doesn't become, like, active until you actually beat the first gym? I guess that's possible because I've been up and down these routes like 100 times and nobody has ever actually wanted a rematch. But since we're on the grind to level 21 for Manuka now, I'll take as much experience as I can get. God, I don't care if I'm over leveled for gym fights or anything. Like, I know what I want. So I will take the experience I can get. Oh, I just realized her Zigzagoon's stronger and she's still going to be using a full restore if I get its health too low like that. This could actually be tricky. Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. Oh, and that sand attack is already actually having an effect on the battle. Oh my god, she used it once, Manuka. Well, once I started complaining loudly about it, it stopped missing, so that's good. That's the way I like it. No luxury ball this time. That's fine. I mean, it sucks, but it's fine. Ooh, I can water my berries again. I should go do that on the north part of the route too now. Hey, another ball mushroom. Nice. I'm literally never going to be hurting for money, and James wants a rematch now. Nice. That's a chance at a net ball. I'll take it. Inserting just a small bit of post-commentary here to say I know I'm missing a bunch of stuff that you need cut for on these routes going south right now. We'll be revisiting this in the next video because I just completely glossed over it while I was actually recording this video. Manuka grew to level 17, beating James's Surskit, and is learning Pursuit. This is a 40 power dark type move that does more damage if the opponent is switching out in the same turn that you choose to use it. Okay, so the thing about this move is I feel like I always teach it to a Trico or a Grovyle, and then it ends up being the most useless move of all time. And honestly, I'm not falling for it again. I'm teaching it over Leer. I haven't used Leer a single time. At least it's coverage for psychic types. NPCs don't really switch out a lot though, so generally Pursuit is not a great move. And Manuka's trying to evolve again. We've been over this, Manuka. That wasn't the move you needed to learn, buddy. Sorry. Here we are. We've made it. Next time on Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, we'll be asking Mr. Briney to help us cross the sea. I forgot to have the buzz nav on the bottom screen because I was too caught up in the rematches. See you guys then.